All right, friends, you know what time it is. It's time for our math question of the day. Yeah. Before we get into today's math question of the day, I'm going to go over how we could have solved Friday's math question of the day. So Friday's math question of the day was asking if Moo already has 5 treats and Mrs. Getch wants to get him more treats so that he has 10 altogether, how many treats does Mrs. Getch need to buy? So I'm going to show you a couple different ways that we could have solved this problem. I saw at least 3 or 4 kids use completely different ways to solve the problem. So some students did a 5-group drawing, some students counted out, so they used something to grab and count out. Some friends used a math sentence, and then some people used a number bond. So there are a lot of different ways you could solve this. I really like number lines, as you guys know. So I have my number line here. I've got my dot here on 5, and then I just counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and now I'm on 10. So now I know that I need to go 5 more spaces. Mrs. Getch would need to buy 5 more treats for Moo. So you could write it out in a math sentence, and a lot of you were able to just figure this out using a math sentence because we've worked with the number 10 so much and we've worked so much with the number 5, and you're remembering your addition facts, which is really awesome. So you looked at this and you said, well, I know that it needs to be 5 because we know from our Rec and Rec, we know from our songs, we know from, many, many months of doing math that 5 and 5 make 10. So you knew you just need 5 more. Then some friends did a 5-group drawing, so they have the first 5 that Moo starts with up here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you draw more until you get to 10. So now we've got 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, and then these are the ones that Mrs. Getch has to buy. So you can say, Mrs. Getch, you need to buy 5 more. And then some friends showed their thinking with a number bond, and I'm going to make my number bond, let's do it, because you don't have to always have your whole up on the top here. So let's do it like this, off to the side. Let's make it fun. It's a fun Monday. All right. So we know that 10 is what we want all together, especially because the math question said she wants Moo to have 10 all together. So we can put a 10 here, and then we can put a 5 here, and then using one of these methods, using your fingers, or I saw a couple friends counted out different objects. So I think Briella used nail polish bottles. So she had 5 kind of lined up in a 5 group, and then she counted out more until she had 10 all together. So then you could figure out what the other part needs to be, and it would be a 5. So you guys did a really, really good job with that math question of the day. The math questions of the day are coming from our math lessons that we would have been doing in school, but I thought instead of giving you guys a great big worksheet to do, I would just pick one question or make one question that kind of had everything that we were going to work on in that lesson in it. So that's what today's math question of the day is really about. With these past math questions of the day, I've been giving you the option to solve the math question how you want to, because that's what the lessons were like. There were a lot of problems that were asking us to solve the question in different ways. But today's math question of the day, there is a specific way that we have to solve it. So let's get into the math question of the day for March 23rd for today. So here's our question. Mrs. Getch had 8 cookies. Then Mrs. Chahant gave her 2 more cookies. How many does Mrs. Getch have now? So the way that we're going to solve this math question today is with a 5-group drawing and an addition sentence. So you're going to want to start off by making a 5-group drawing, and I'll give you a hint. You want to start your 5-group drawing with how many Mrs. Getch has at the beginning, and then you'll add on the amount that Mrs. Chahant gives her. So I will probably do this math question of the day using 2 different colors to help me see how many cookies I had in the beginning and then how many cookies I get from Mrs. Jahant. So I'll probably do the cookies that I have in the beginning with blue, and then I will add more cookies with the red. You can also make your 5-group drawing. You could color in. So let's say, different math question, but say we started off with 5. So you could have 5, and then if you were adding more, you could just color these ones in, and then you could see that you have more there. Okay? And then I want to see your addition sentence. So you'll start with how many I had plus how many more I get equals how many I have at the end. So I'll show you what my work looks like tomorrow. If you send me a picture of your 5-group drawing and your addition sentence, I will post it onto Class Dojo so that everybody sees it. So tomorrow, when we do our math question of the day, if you've solved today's math question with a 5-group drawing and an addition sentence, I will take your picture and put it on Class Dojo so that everyone else gets to see it too. So if you want other people to be able to see what you've done and how you solved the problem, you gotta send me a picture so I can post it on Class Dojo on the class story so that everyone else in our class can see it. And Miss Melindy has joined our class like a teacher, so she'll be able to see it too, which I think will be really cool. So make sure you send me a picture of you solving the math question of the day, and then I will put it up on the class story tomorrow when we go over the answer, and then I'll give you a new math question of the day. Okay? Does that sound like a plan? I really miss you guys. You're doing really great stuff, and I'm really proud of you. I'll talk to you soon. Bye!